Hi, my name is Trevor Ashcraft, and the purpose of this video is to introduce the first of my 5 new technologies as part of Module 15 through AEP 800 at Fort Hays State University. While IXL is not a brand new technology, I did choose it as it has had some pretty significant updates that a lot of people aren't aware of. It is a free technology in that students can access it and have 10 free questions every day, but there's also a paid subscription if you would choose to do so. They have recently moved beyond just math into language arts, and they've now added science and social studies, but they have also added pre-calculus, calculus, and some Spanish versions as well. The area that I'm going to focus on today is 3rd grade. Even though this would be intended for students, it's also something I think is important to share with other coworkers since they have made some major updates recently. The great thing about this is that each student does get to access it and try 10 free questions every day. So it will be excellent as an application or even as a exit ticket at the end of your lesson. So as you see, it has all of the different standards that would be covered for a 3rd grade student, and if you go down you can hover over them and it will give you a little preview of what each one of those lessons will entail. The one that we're going to look at is animal adaptations. So it begins by giving you your challenge to answer 3 questions correctly in a row. It's also going to show the total time elapsed, the number of questions that have been answered, and whether or not the teacher's results are being recorded. So when you click on it, it gives you a little background information. And this one is specifically about how cobras use their necks to appear large and scary as a predator. So that's the adaptation. And then it would ask the following question: which animal is also adapted to use its neck to appear large and scary? Well, this one's pretty simple, so hopefully the students will pick that it's the frill neck lizard. They make their selection and then click submit, and they get instant feedback. If they got it right, they can simply move on to the next one. So when they're talking about carnivores, they explain that they eat fish, mammals, and other reptiles. Their mouth is adapted to tear through meat. If, for instance, a student gets confused or makes the wrong selection and they think that, well, this animal does have an adaptation, and they select the long-beaked, then they click submit and it will give them feedback. So it lets them know immediately that they did not choose the correct answer. It reviews the information from above and the question, and then tells them about an adaptation, explaining that it is an inherited trait that helps the organism survive or reproduce. It gives a little more information about the shape of the animal's mouth as an example of an adaptation. And then down here it explains further as to why it wasn't correct, saying that the Nile crocodile has a large mouth with sharp teeth, so that its mouth is adapted to tear through meat. Explaining that the cheetah has a large mouth and sharp teeth as well, so it's adapted to tear through meat, but the long-beaked echidna has a long tube-shaped mouth and no teeth, making it the wrong answer. So then they get to continue on and try to continue identifying adaptations. This is just a great way to review information that you've already studied. It's not a replacement for education, but simply an extension tool that is available to teachers. The ISTE standards that IXL would cover would be E5a, using technology to create and adapt personalized learning experiences. Since it's giving that immediate feedback, it is personalizing the instruction for the student, as well as E7b, where they're using technology to design and implement a variety of formative assessment tools and summative assessment tools. This would be more of a formative assessment, giving the teacher some immediate feedback so that they can see how the students would benefit from additional instruction.